Hi there, and welcome to my Skillshare course, Create a Simple Animated Character. Over the next 5 sections, we're going to go from Illustrator to After Effects and create an animated looping walk cycle like this guy here. This is section 1, in which we will be illustrating the torso and head of the character. We'll be using strokes to create the arms and legs. And finally, we'll be separating the Illustrator file into layers ready for animation. Now, the first thing we're going to do is create a new Illustrator file. And in the example I'm going to make, we're going to create a guy, much like the person in our loop there that I showed you. He's going to have a big distended stomach and very simple head. So we're going to start off with a circle here, and we're going to color it. I'm going to be wearing blue jeans. I'm going to color it blue. Get rid of the stroke around the outside. And we're going to split this up into his jeans, and he's going to be wearing a sleeveless t-shirt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a series of lines that are going to let us break this circle up into constituent parts. I'm going to color these lines using the stroke color here. I'm going to color them black, and that's going to be his armhole, and this is going to be the hole for his neck. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my Pathfinder tool there. You can find that in Window and Pathfinder. That'll bring up this console, and if you just check the divide section there, what we'll then do is we'll get rid of the bits that we don't need. That's what we've got as a circle. We're going to color his shirt, and I'm going to color his shirt here kind of slightly off-white, just so we can see it against the background. His jeans are already blue, and then I'm going to give him his skin color. It's going to have a bit of a tan. So there we go. So this is our torso, and I'm just going to save this file. I'm going to call it character 5. That's just because I've messed this up 4 times already. There we go. And the next thing we're going to do is give him a head. Now, I'm going to use the lozenge file here using the color that we've already got for his skin to create a kind of long head shape. And I'm just going to select this point at the bottom and delete it, so that now we've got a shape that looks like this. And that's just going to sit there like that. And that is as simple as our character is. He's really only a few basic shapes. Now, just so we give him a little bit of character here, I'm going to draw a cap on him. I'm going to give him a baseball cap. Let's make it red. There we go. I'm going to draw in the back of the baseball cap, underside of the brim, using the pen tool. Give that a bit of a shadow and just send that to the back. And then I'm going to copy and paste his head there over the top of our cap. I'm going to delete, sorry, I'm going to color that the same color as his caps. This is going to be the top of the head. And I'm just going to, again, I'm going to use our Pathfinder tool to delete everything at the top of the cap. There we go, and there's our guy. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shadow his face a little bit, just so it looks like the cap is casting a bit of shade on his face again. I'm going to use the Pathfinder tool. I'm going to delete the piece I don't want, and I'm going to make this part of his head a little bit darker. And then if you just edit, cut, and then edit, paste in front. There's his cat back in place. If we zoom out, there we go. There's our basic character. There's the head and torso of our character, and these are the parts of the character that we're gonna, when we bring into Illustrator, when we bring into After Effects, are gonna remain constant. And we're gonna, although we're gonna design the arms and legs in Illustrator, we're gonna be replacing them with strokes and other shapes in After Effects. Okay, so next up, what we're gonna create is his arms and legs, and for this we're going to use the pen tool again. Start his shoulder here, down to his hands, and we're going to reverse the colour out to create a stroke, and we're going to fill in that stroke there. Let's call it 20 width, and we're going to use the round cap on the end of this. And what I might do is just blow up the hole for his arm there. I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste his arm to the other side, I'm going to reflect it. There we go. And arrange center back. And next we're going to create his legs. We're going to use the same method as we did for the arms, except I'm going to colour them. I'm going to use the colour picker to have them be the same shape, same colour as the jeans. And this time I'm going to leave them with a flat end here. We've got the round cap, and this is what they call a butt cap. Didn't know that until now. So this is the leg nearest to us, and we're going to create another leg here slightly further away. And what we're going to do with this one, we're going to create, again, we're going to give it a little bit of shadow so it feels like when we have it behind the stomach that it's a little, that it's that the stomach is casting a shadow on this rear leg. So all I've done is I've copied and pasted the leg back over the top of itself. I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to arrange them and send them to the back. And then I'm just going to shorten this one here. So there we go. So there's our guy. There's his arms, legs in place. And you might want to move bits and pieces around. I'm just going to tilt him back further slightly. Can move his arms around a bit. I'm going to have this one slightly more obscured by his body. I'm going to move his head to the back. There we go. And there's our guy. Now the final part of this section, we're going to split our character up, ready for animation in After Effects. So what we're going to do, we're going to select the head, edit, cut. We're going to create a new layer, again, window, and you can find the layers in there, and that will open the layer console. We're going to create a new layer, and we're going to edit, paste in front. And there's our head back on a new layer. We're going to label this layer head. Now we're going to take all the elements of our torso that we created initially. We're going to do the same thing. Edit, cut, new layer, edit, paste in front. And there we go. We're going to call this torso. Now what we're going to do next, the arms and legs, as I said, we're going to rebuild these in After Effects, but we're going to have them in the Illustrator file as a guide for when we build them. And we're going to do the same thing with the legs that are going to be in front of the torso. We're going to go edit, cut, create a new layer. We're going to place the new layer in front of the torso here, and edit, paste in front. And we're going to call this arms and legs front. And then this final layer that we have left behind in the correct place, we're going to call arms and legs back. And there we go. There's our character split up and ready for animation. You can see how simple he is here. He's just a couple of shapes for the a couple of circles for the head and torso, and then these 4 strokes that we've used for the arms and legs.